Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat Thumb to all the brothers. Shalom. Yahweh Shemar Thumb Hashem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. I am priest and officer. Abad Hayah. This is the Brotherhood and Unity class. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of GEN.YAHANNA. And of course, this is the Brotherhood and Unity class. We're going to be speaking on brotherhood, and we're going to be speaking on unity. We're going to speak on how brotherhood is very vital in our lives here today in this land called America. We need it. Christ gave us orders that we need to be brotherly towards one another. We have to. Right. We won't make it to the kingdom. Look at it this way: if we can't be brotherly now, like how are we going to be in the kingdom? The kingdom is going to be on earth. Christ's kingdom is going to be on earth. He's coming back. He's coming back to reign here on earth. He's going to wipe away the oppressors. He's going to go to war with the oppressors during World War III when the Most High gives him that order, that decree. When give him that order, that decree, send them back to the earth with 200 million. He's not coming back alone. 200 million angels with him. It's going to be a dark day for our oppressors. It's going to be a very dark day. But he's coming to save us, the blacks, the Latinos, the native men, women, and children. But only if we obey him, only if we being brotherly towards one another. Right. The Lord wants us to behave. He wants us to be obedient to him. But and that entails loving each other. He's not going to come back to save if we out of order amongst ourselves. If we have an art with each other, we go to him and thee alone. And that don't work. If our brother doesn't hear you, then we go to counsel. There's ways to fix issues in our communities. Brotherhood is definitely a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. It is used. Brotherhood keeps this nation strong. Keeps this nation strong. Keeps this nation intact. We need it. We need it here in these last days of time. Without it, we'll fall by the wayside. We'll fall by the wayside. There has to be Christ has to come back to save somebody. He needs a kingdom. He needs his kingdom. He needs someone. And of course, in the I.S.U.P.K, we pray that all Israel gets saved. Right. But the Lord is looking for us to be obedient. He wants obedience rather than sacrifice. He doesn't want our excuses. He doesn't want to know what we think and what our emotions is. He wants us to follow his orders. And his orders are not grievous. They're very easy to do. His law, statutes, and commandments. Can you give me John chapter 15 and verse 12, Brother Kishaw? Christ, as we know, he died for this nation, died for the blacks. He's a black man from the tribe of Judah, and he died for the blacks, Latinos, First Nation men, women, and children. And he kept the law. He was perfect. He was perfect on this day on the earth. And he wants us to be perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect. He doesn't want to hear no excuses. We have no excuse. There's no excuse. He did it. We can do it. The only time of Moses, we went against the Lord during the golden calf, right. Time and time again, going to captivity after captivity. Fortunately, this is the last captivity. This is the last captivity, but we got to get it right. We got to get it right so we can get out of this captivity soon. Only the Most High knows the time and the hour when he's going to send back his son, Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shemashach. But we have to be worthy to be saved, so to speak. We have to be perfect. We have to be keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. We got to have no blemish on our garment. Right. Read John chapter 15 and verse 12, Brother Kishaw.
This is the book of John chapter 15 verse 12. This is my commandment.
What color are these words written in?
red, sir.
These words are written in red. When the words are written in red, that means Christ is speaking. So what did Christ say, Quadazar?
This is my commandment.
This is my commandment. Christ is giving the order. He is the king of Yasharallah, of Israel. And our name means prince of the power. If you're a male, princess of the power of your female. We are a royal nation. We are a separate nation. We're a holy nation. We are a nation of kings and priests. A nation of priests. We're all these things, but it only matters when we do what the Lord says. So this is my commandment. So Christ is giving an order to help us to show us how to please our Father who's in heaven. Read.
That ye love one another.
A simple order, a simple commandment, a commandment that was given in old time through Moses. That ye love one another. Right. We have to love each other. We gotta do right by one another. And loving each other is just keeping the laws of God. You love your brother, but not stealing from your brother. You love your brother, but not sleeping with his woman.
Right.
You love your brother, but not murdering him, not selling him drugs. Helping this nation, help building this nation. Going doing food drives and clothing drives. Doing these things, paying our tithes to Commander GEN.YAHANNA and not to the Christian pastor. Right. That's where your tithe money goes. That's who the Lord is dealing with, Commander GEN.YAHANNA. So that's in the I.S.U.P.K, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. That's what we have to do. We have to love one another. Read.
As I have loved you.
Christ loved us. Christ has loved us. Christ, he taught us the words. He taught us the law, taught us the words of God. He healed us, healed the sick. He fed us, and ultimately he died for us.
Right.
Read.
Verse 13. Greater love have no man than this.
Greater love have no man than this. So there's no greater love than this. So this is the ultimate love you can show someone here on earth.
Right.
Read.
That a man lay down his life for his friends.
That a man lay down his life for his friends. That's how you show brotherhood.
Right.
That's how you show that you love each other. That you're willing to sacrifice your own life so that your brother's life, so that your brother may live. So that that's your brother, that's your nation may live. That we may that your family may survive. We have to be willing to put our lives on the line for our nation. Christ did it. We got to put our lives on the line for the law. We have to die. We have to be willing to die for the Torah, the Tanakh, the laws of God. We gotta be willing to stand on it. We can't eat shrimp, pork, crab, lobster.
Right.
We can't do that. We gotta eat stuff. We gotta eat fish with fins and scales. We can eat beef, lamb, goat. We can eat chicken, turkey. We can eat these things. We can eat sardines. We can eat tilapia. We can eat salmon, red snapper. Can't eat tuna though. Cannot eat tuna. Cannot eat the so-called delicacies of the oppressor. The other white meat, can't eat that. Pork, of course, can't eat that. We all know that. So read it again, Quadazat, verse 13.
Greater love love have no man than this.
Greater love have no man than this. So we gotta make sure if the time comes for it, we have to be willing to show our love for our brothers and sisters. Read.
That a man laid down his life for his friends.
And Christ is our example. He died for the nation of Israel. He died so that we have a chance. So now we have to live a life. We have to be a living our lives got to be a living sacrifice. Meaning we have to let that old man die and not go back to our old ways. We can't commit sin. We can't commit iniquity. We can't transgress the laws of God.
Right.
We gotta be perfect. We have to. Read.
Verse 14. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you.
And Christ called us his friends.
Right.
But with that, he said we have to do as he commanded us. So always it's going to be rank and order. Everything must be done in decency and on order. And there's always rank in the Bible. Moses, he had captains of thousands, of hundreds, of fifties, of tens. There's always rank and order. There's always rank and order in the Bible. There's rank and order today in I.S.U.P.K. We have generals. We have Commander Gen.YAHANNA, 13 shall Commander Gen.YAHANNA. Then we have the generals. Then we have the captains of 13,000, captains of 10,000, officer of 5,000, officer of 1,000, officer of 500, officer of 50, and the troopers. So troopers don't have no rank, but officers of 50s. And then that's the rank here on earth today. In the Yasharalah's military structure. This is God's military here on earth. The I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So with Brotherhood, you have rank. Someone has to be in charge. Someone has to be given orders. This is not a free fall.
Right.
Most High God is in charge of everyone. It's Most High God. The head of every man is Christ. Christ is our king. He's our head. He's our head. And Christ has men under him. And right now, the man in charge under Christ is Commander Gen.YAHANNA on down. So we gotta listen to the men in the I.S.U.P.K. Listen to Commander Gen.YAHANNA. Listen to Christ's words. Listen to Abba, our Father, Yahweh. The head of Christ is God, Yahweh, the Most High God, and the head of the woman is the man. And then in the families, in Israelite households, Black, Latino, and First Nation men, women, and children, men households, there's rank and order. It's the man, the woman, and then the woman's over the children. That's how it works. That's how it works. So, children, obey your parents as unto the Lord. Got to. Wives, obey your husbands. Obey your husbands. Definitely obey your husbands. And men, of course, and then the men, you obey Christ. You do what you follow our King come into these ranks and fulfill the orders that are given unto you. Read Quadazah.
Verse 15. Henceforth I call you not servants.
See, Christ didn't call us servants. He called us friends. He said, ye are, in verse 14, ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. So long as we obey Christ's orders, what Christ tells us to do? Feed my flock.
Right.
Feed my flock to Peter. Feed my flock. And that's still into effect until today. We have to go out to camp.
Right.
Go out and teach class.
Right.
Food drives, clothing drives. Go to the high holy days, the Passover. Purim's coming up. February 22nd and February 23rd.
Right.
This is what we must do. Read from the top, verse 15.
Verse 15, from the top. Henceforth I call you not servants.
Henceforth I call you not servants. He doesn't call us servants. Christ, He came to serve. He came to serve. Christ came to serve us. He ministered to us. And also, he didn't call us his servants.
Right.
He didn't call us his servants. He called us his friends. Read.
For the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth.
For the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But when Christ was rolling with the apostles, he broke everything down to them. He taught them. He told them what was going to happen to him. He showed them everything. So they will be able to continue to work when he knew when his time was up here, we had to go to the Father. So that's why we wasn't. He didn't consider us his servants, but his friends. But even at that, we still have to obey him. It's just this is brotherhood right here. This is brotherhood right here. Like he showed, like he's treating us, treating us with brotherly love. At the same time, rank and order is still being held true. And then Christ, what did he do? He went down and cleaned the feet of the apostles. He gave us an example of what to do. That even though he was the man on the top, giving out all the orders, the man on top had all the authority and power. He came to serve his people. Right. He came to die for his people. He came to show us how to love each other. So that's what we have to do. We have to serve each other. We have to serve each other, minister to one another, help each other out. But unto the Lord. We gotta do it unto the Lord. Read.
For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
See, Christ understood the scriptures, and everything that the Most High God blessed Yahushua with, he made known unto the apostles and unto us. He showed us how to get it done, how to get it correct. So we're gonna drop that, and we're gonna get Matthew 20 and 20. Christ is a living example of how we have to be. We should always try to follow into Christ's footsteps and listen to Christ's words, and all the prophets, all the priests, all the prophets' words, because there's no contradiction in the Bible. Everything flows on each other, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, line upon line. It works together. The Bible is just written in slang. It's written in slang because that's how we speak. We speak in slang. So let's get Matthew 20 and verse 20 double for sure.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 20. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her son.
So then came to Christ. That's to him. So then came to Christ, the mother of Zebedee, the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons. So Zebedee is the father of James and John, and James and John is the apostle. So Zebedee's wife, James and John's mother, well, all three of them came to Christ. Read.
Worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him.
So they came to Christ, they gave him his proper respect and reverence, and then they wanted to ask Christ a certain thing, ask him of something. And we're gonna find out what they wanted to ask. Read on.
Verse 21. And he said unto her, what wilt thou?
And he said unto her, what wilt thou? Christ asked her a question. What wilt thou? What wilt thou? What do you want of me? Read.
She saith unto him, grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left in thy kingdom.
So basically, what she was asking was, when Christ's kingdom, when he come back, in his kingdom, when Christ rule on the earth, in his kingdom. Basically, on his right hand and on his left hand, James and John. That's what their James and John mother wanted her two sons, James and John, those apostles, to be the second and third in command under Christ. And that there's okay. To want that is someone's going to get those seats. Someone is going to get those seats. Someone are going to get those seats because it's going to be ranked in order. It's going to happen. Whoever we're going to read down. We're going to read on Father.
Verse 22. But Jesus answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask.
But Christ said, Ye know not what ye ask. Because that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing. A lot of work must get put to get those seats. To get those seats in the kingdom, a lot of work must be put in. A lot of persecution, a lot above and beyond got to be put in. And then even then, you still got to be in the right spirit. You gotta all around the most. You basically got to show the Most High God that you doing this for the nation. It's not even about the seats. It's about just helping the nation move forward, serving the nation. It's not even about like the power. It's about help being there to serve the nation to the fullest extent of the law. Read.
Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of?
And he asks, are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of? Read.
And to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with?
And to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. Christ knew what lay down for what Christ knew what he was going to go through. He's going to go through from the Pharisees and Sadducees, from the people. There was going to be a lot of persecution. Ultimately, his death. It's going to be a lot of trials coming his way. And what did they say? Quantizar? Read.
They say unto him, we are able.
And they said unto Christ, we are able. We're able to go through everything that's coming our way. We able to go through it. We able to go through it. And we're gonna read what Christ's response was. Read.
And verse 23, and he saith unto them, Ye shall drink indeed of my cup.
Ye shall drink indeed of my cup, meaning you are going to go through what I go through. You are going to just as they hated Christ, as they hated Christ, they're gonna hate us. Read.
And be baptized with the baptism I am baptized with.
And be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. See, so yes, they are going to go through everything that Christ went through. Read.
But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give.
But Christ had to admit that he didn't have the power or authority to give them what they asked. that he said, but to sit on my right hand or my left hand is not in my power, is not in mine to give. He doesn't have that power. So there's only one person above Christ. That's the Most High. We're gonna read on.
But it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father.
But it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared for of my Father. The Most High God. See, the Most High God is going to. It's up to the Most High God who's going to be in those seats, under Christ. Who's going to be under Christ in the kingdom? And the only thing we can do today is just put in as much work as possible, serve the Lord as much as possible, be perfect, and fish our people, and definitely be in the right spirit, wanting to build this nation, wanting to serve the Most High God, loving our brother as ourselves.
Right.
Because we want not only do we want all Israel to be saved, but we gotta want we should want our brothers to be kings and priests as well. We should want our brothers to be in the same, have the same, in the kingdom, have the same, even though it's only 144,000, but it's only 144,000. That's the government. But Paul said he wished himself a curse from Christ. He wished himself a curse from Christ for his brother, if his brother can make it. So we gotta be in the right. We just gotta make sure, definitely, to show the Most High God that we're in the right spirit, because even if we don't make those seats, and we are fighting to, even in the I.S.U.K, we're fighting to be the next government. We should still want to serve this nation, even if we're not in those seats. We still should want to serve the nation of Israel, serve the nation of Israel, serve the Most High God, love our brothers. But of course, we don't. There's a reward for keeping the law, statutes, and commandments in this day of time. We know that reward, and that reward is those crowns. But we just gotta make sure that we also in the right spirit. So read on, Quadazah.
Verse 24. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren.
And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren. So at that, once they heard what they said about them wanting the second and third, the other 10 apostles that was rolling with Christ at the time, they at that moment they was angry. They was angry because they was all rolling with Christ, and they at that time, the apostle, I get Peter was Christ's right hand man at that time. So I guess they was going read again 24, Matthew 20:24.
And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren.
And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brethren. They was upset. It was like they was angry. It was with James and John, because it was like they was going out of the ranks, out of order, because it was not there. But Christ is going to reveal, and when we read down, Christ is going to reveal what how we supposed to rule when we in seats of power. Read, show.
Verse 25. But Jesus called them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them.
But Jesus called unto him, and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them. So the rulers of the Gentiles of the other nations, their rulers, they exercise dominion over the people. So they rule over the people. They rule over they rule over the people. And read.
And they that are great exercise authority upon them.
And they are great exercise authority upon them. So they rule over people for them to serve them. Right. They rule over the people for them for the people to serve them. Read.
Verse 26. But it shall be slacking. But it shall not be so among you. But whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister.
So Christ said it's not going to be so among us. That's not how we going to rule when we're in charge. When we're in charge, we're going to serve the people.
Right.
We're going to see what Yasharallah, what the nation of Israel needs. What's plaguing the nation of Israel? How we can keep them rolling straight with the Most High God? How we can build up this nation? How we can be of service to them? What counsel do they need? What counsel? How to raise them up? Read on.
Verse 27. And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant.
And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Whosoever shall be chief among you, let him be your servant. So that is the duty of being in charge. We got, if you're the chief among Israelites, you got to serve. You got to be willing to serve those same Israelites, blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men, women, children. You got to serve them. You got to help them. They're not here. They're not here to minister unto you. They're here to you're here to minister unto them. You got to be willing to serve them, help them out. What do they need? What's going on in their households? How to fix their problems? To raise up Israel, Yasharallah. Read.
Verse 28. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many.
Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered, so even Christ himself, he didn't come to be ministered. He was the king of Yasharallah, the king of Israel. But at age 9, he was battling with the priests in the synagogues, the Pharisees and Sadducees in the synagogues, going about his father's business. And then as he was getting older, he was doing miracles, and those miracles wasn't for himself. Right. Those miracles was for everybody else. He helped raise Lazarus from the dead. Like he raised Lazarus from the dead. He rose a brother. He gave a brother back through the Most High God. He gave the brother back his life. He fed the people, thousands. Healed the blind. Helped the lame walk. And then, of course, he gave us all a shot back to the Most High God. Read.
Verse 29.
Did you finish at 28? Oh, Slaki, read again, 28 again.
Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister.
But to minister. But to serve. Read.
And to give his life a ransom for many.
And to give his life a ransom for many.
That's right.
See, he gave his life a ransom for many. He willing to. He gave his whole life. His whole life was to serve Israel, raise Israel up, teach Israel, and of course die for the nation of Israel, so we can come back to the Most High God, so he can accept us back, take us back, so we have a chance to be His people again. So we're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop that, and we're gonna go to Jeremiah 23:1. Because the Christian church, our religion leaders of today, they're not like Christ. They're not helping the people. They fill their own pockets. They fill their own pockets. They use the tithes and double tithes for themselves. They get the airplanes, the fancy houses, the fancy suits, fancy cars.
Right.
They don't care about us. They speak in smooth words. They just settle us down, keep us away from the Most High God, because they're not showing us to keep the law. So the Most High God gonna come deal with them. Read Quatazah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 13, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
You said 13 or 23?
23.
Yeah, okay. So read it again.
Is that scripture?
Yeah, 23.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Woe unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. Say woe to the pastor. What do woe mean? What do woe mean? Woe means destruction. Destruction to the pastor. So the pastors gonna get destroyed. Their time is coming to an end. There's gonna be a time. There's right now actually where the playing field is against, like before 1969, they had their run. They had their run. They had full control of Israel, of Yasharallah, under our oppressors, of course.
Right.
But since 1969, the Most High God has been raising up a nation, raising up the I.S.U.P.K, the priests and prophets, raising up priests and prophets to lead the nation of Israel back to Him. So read Quatazah.
Verse 20, verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people.
Therefore, saith the Lord, the God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Therefore, to read again, Quatazah.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people.
So this comes from the Lord. This is coming from the Most High Himself.
Right. He's
saying against the pastors that feed my people. So against the pastors that's teaching His people lies.
Right.
Teaching His people lies that's keeping them away from Him. That's keeping them from keeping the law. That's telling them that the law is done away with.
Right.
It's telling them that Christ died for everyone. Telling them that God is all love.
Right.
Go ahead. What is that?
If I may, sir, what you're saying is so heavy because, from a physical aspect too as well, we always out there feeding the people too, like, with food,
right,
clothes and all that type of stuff too. But the Christian church do that too as well, though, right? But the difference between the I.S.U.P.K and the Christian church, right?
Right.
What you just said, man, they say the laws is done away with, they do whatever they want to do.
Right.
But in the Bible, Christ told us to keep the commandments.
Right.
He told us to love one another.
Right.
So the Bible says love one another. How are we supposed to love each other? By lying to the people, telling them to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster when the Bible says not to do it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So the difference between I.S.U.P.K and the Christian church, they may feed people, but they don't keep the commandments of God.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's all.
And when they do feed people, sometimes they feed people unto idols. Thanksgiving, they use there's the Thanksgiving, birthdays, Halloween, Christmas. They turn the people away from the Lord and bring them to unto idols.
Right.
Easter's coming up soon. Valentine's Day coming up soon. So we gotta stay away from all that. We gotta go to the Passover.
Right.
That's where we gotta be at, and it's gonna be in North Carolina, right? Durham, North Carolina, April 20th. We have to be there. Durham, North Carolina, April 20th. You gotta be there. So read what is that?
Come on, sir. Ye have scattered my flock.
Ye have scattered my flock. They scattered the flock. They scattered Israel. They scattered unto false gods.
Right.
Wood.
Right.
That Christian cross. That who is Caesar, Presser Jesus, Caesar Borgia.
Right.
Read.
Come on, sir. And driven them away.
They driven us away from the Most High God. Driven us away from our power. That's where our power lies. Our power is not in idols. Idols can't help us nor hurt us. They can't eat, see, nor smell. They can't walk. They can't move. They are vain. They are nothing. Just absolutely nothing. They can't do anything for us. They can't help us nor hurt us. So there's no need to be afraid of them, and there's no need to bless them because they can't bless us.
Right.
So no need to worship them because they can't bless you. They can't give you anything.
Right.
The only person that can do it is the Most High God, Yahweh. That's it. He's up there alone, and he's a jealous God. He hates it when we serve other idols. He hates it when we serve idols. He hates it. He created us. He gave us our law, statutes. He gave us the law, statutes, commandments. He gave us authority over the planet Earth. And then when we go against him, it's like we're being a harlot, a whore.
Right.
Being a harlot, a whore, fornicating with other gods as a nation. Read Quatazah.
Come. And will bring them again to their folds.
You have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not.
Oh, Slaki. I'm at 30. And have not visited them.
And have not visited them. You haven't corrected the people. Haven't talked to the people. Haven't showed them their false ways.
Right.
If anything, you encourage them to continue doing their wickedness. You don't change the drug act. You don't help the alternative lifestyle community. You just let them. You baptize them in water, and they come out LGBTQ. You don't change them. You don't tell them what they're doing is wrong. You don't tell them that it's an abomination to the Lord. That their blood shall be upon them. That HIV and AIDS and monkeypox is going to occur when you partake in that lifestyle. Dietary law. You don't tell them about the dietary law.
Right. You
don't tell them that the Most High God going to visit us if we eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. What is the is that what is it? Not octopus, squid, one of them humans. I forget what it's called in the stores. I saw it's next is in that same calamari. What's that, squid?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's calamari. Yeah, calamari, squid. Yeah, can't eat squid, can't eat octopus, can't eat none of that. The so-called delicacies of the person. Read Quatazah.
Come. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord.
So the Lord going to visit you, visit the pastors. Going to visit you. He's going to visit you. You're going to get chastised and punished for what you've been doing to the nation of Israel. You can't go around leading Israel against away from the Most High God. You're just gonna be stuck. You're gonna lose your place of leadership, and the Most High God gonna set up new leaders that's gonna bring Israel back to Him. You have to be in service to the Lord. You have to be in service to the Lord. Read.
Verse 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries.
And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries. So in Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourselves together, ye gather together, O nation not desired. The Most High God is gonna bring, he's gonna gather his flock out of all countries. He's gonna gather the nation of Israel back to him from all countries where they at, whether you're in North America, South America, wherever you in Central America, wherever Yashua is at, he's gonna gather us back. Read.
And will bring them again to their folds.
And will bring them again to their folds. He's gonna bring us back to our homeland. This time with Christ. Christ and 200 million angels in those chariots of the Lord. Read.
And they shall be fruitful and increase.
And they shall be fruitful and increase. So when he bring us back, we're gonna be fruitful and increase because we're gonna be serving the Lord again. We're gonna be serving the Lord again. So all those curses are gonna be not on us anymore. Read.
Verse 4. And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them.
And he will set up shepherds over them. He's gonna set up priests and prophets over them. He's gonna set up priests and prophets over them, which shall feed them, which shall teach the people to keep the law, such as commandments, to keep them in their keep the ways of the Lord. Read.
And they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed.
And they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed. We don't have to be afraid of our oppressors. We don't have to be afraid of the heathen. We don't have to be afraid of any of the plagues of the Most High God, of the plagues that He put on the Egyptians. We won't be afraid of none of that because we won't be going against the Lord. We'll be keeping His ways. The new shepherds, the priests and prophets, particularly the ones in Israelite school of universal practical knowledge, are going to show the people the correct way. Going to show us how to live, how to keep the laws, how to not murder, how to not steal, how to not unalive, how to not steal, how not to how to keep the Sabbath, how to not bear a false report. Read.
Neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord.
Neither shall they be lacking. You know, when we on the Most High God blessing, when we on His good side, we keep the law, when we get the blessings, we won't have no lack. We won't need for nothing. The Most High gonna make sure that we get what we need in due season. Read.
Verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise up unto David a righteous branch.
Well, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch. David was king of Israel. So when it says unto David, it's talking about his lineage, talking about the rulers of the ruler of Israel, the lineage of King David. It's going to be a righteous branch. This is talking about Christ, Yahweh Shemashah. Because who's that righteous branch that came from? Because Christ comes from the line of King David. Yes, King David was his forefather. His great grandfather. He comes from that same lineage, from the tribe of Judah. Read.
And a king shall reign and prosper.
And that king, Yahweh Shemashah, he shall reign and prosper. He's going to reign and prosper. Reign and prosper in his kingdom. In his kingdom, he's going to reign and prosper. Jump down to verse 7.
Verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord.
Therefore, the days come, saith the Lord. So there's the day coming. Read.
That they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Therefore, the day is coming, after the Lord liveth, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. We all know the Lord is famous for bringing the Israelites out of Egypt through great wonders and plagues, and lifting the Red Sea with Moses, and the Egyptians dying under the Red Sea, and Israel being safe. So that is what the Most High God is known for on the earth, destroying the Egyptians, getting rid of them. But the day is coming where it's no longer going to be said that the Lord liveth, who brought the children out of the land of Egypt. So what is it going to be? So if you're not talking about the Egyptians' captivity no more, what captivity is going to be talking about? Read.
Come. Verse 8. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel of the north country.
And what is that north country? The north country is America, North America.
Right.
The United States, Mexico, Central South America, all of that. That's the north country. So and we live in those times today. We live in those times today. The Lord is going to take us out of these lands. He's going to take us out of these lands with chariots. Through Christ, when he comes back with 200 million angels. He's coming back. Can't stop him from coming back. This is the only thing the oppressor is looking for in these last days of time. He's trying to enjoy his kingdom as long as he can. For him to do that, he's trying for us to commit as much iniquity and sin as possible, to keep us from our God for as long as possible. He's trying to make the priests and prophets' jobs hard as possible for raising the nation. And then he's also trying to take as many Israelites down with him as possible. He doesn't want the nation of Israel he doesn't want all of us to make it on those chariots. He wants us to die with him. But the Lord has other ideas, other plans. And his will always get done on the earth. Read.
And from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
And they shall dwell in their own land. That same land that's talked about in Deuteronomy 28, we say we shall see it no more again. We're going to be put back there. We're going to be put back in Yisrael, back into Israel.
Right.
That's what we're going to be put back into. When Christ returns, he's coming back. We're in the last days of time. This is the last stretch. So it's best for us to get it right today. Get it right now. What do we got to lose? We tried everything else. The world didn't help. The world is just full of agony, pain and suffering, and sin and transgression. Being on the wrong side of the Lord. Now it's time to be on the right side. Let's get Matthew the 23rd chapter, Brother Michelle. Matthew 23. We're going to get into these Sadducees and Pharisees, how Christ talked about them, how he dealt with them, how we should conduct ourselves with with the rulers of the nation of Israel today, pastors, Christian pastors. So read Matthew 23:1, Brother Kishore.
Khan is the book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse.
23 and verse 1.
Khan, verse 23, verse 1. Then spake Jesus to the multitude of his disciples. Verse 2.
So Christ is speaking to the multitude and to his disciples. Read.
Saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
So the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. They did.
Right.
They sat in Moses' seat. They was the rulers of Israel at that time. They had the seat of power, the seat of judgment, the authority to rule over the nation. Even though Christ was king at that time, he wasn't he was a carpenter's son. He was a carpenter's son. He was coming back. He was coming back to teach Israel and to reclaim his throne. But when Most High God gives it back to him, though, read.
One time, verse 3. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe.
And Christ said, all therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe. So whatsoever they teach you in the law, observe it, because it's from the law. Because the Pharisees and Sadducees, they was the religious leaders of that time. They knew the law, they just didn't keep it. They just didn't keep it themselves. But they taught the law. They taught us the law. They taught us how to. They taught us the law. And so Christ said, whatever they teach you, observe it, because it's from the law. Read.
Kind of one kind, sir. That observe and do.
So learn it and do it. Do what they say. Read.
But do not ye after their works.
But the things that they do, their actions, don't do what they do. Don't do what they do. Read.
And one kind. For they say and do not.
They're hypocrites. They would teach the law, but they want to do it themselves. They would teach people the law, but they want to keep the law themselves. So don't do after the Sadducees and Pharisees. Don't do what they do. Don't break the laws of God. Drop down to verse 6.
Verse 6. And love the uppermost rooms at feast.
See, the Sadducees and Pharisees, they love the uppermost rooms at feast. So this is what they love. They love the uppermost rooms. They love to be seen of men. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. And greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi.
They love to be called Rabbi, Rabbi, Master, Master. They love the glory that those seats of power gave them. They love the glory, but they didn't want to do any of the works. They want to keep the law themselves. They was breaking the law. They was being hypocrites. And they sought the death of Yahushua Mashiach because he was teaching the people, he was healing the people, and he was keeping the law. And they hated the answers. And Christ, he knew the law, and he knew how to answer these Pharisees and Sadducees. And they didn't like it. Drop down to verse 13. Oh no, drop down verse 11 first. Drop down to verse 11.
Verse 11. But that is greatest among you shall be your servant.
But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. So these are Christ's words. He that is greatest among you shall be your servant. So whoever's great amongst Israel has to be willing to serve the nation. So we got to be willing to serve the nation. That's what it means to be great in Yahshua in Israel. You got to serve the nation of Israel. Got to serve. You got to be willing to build this nation up. That's what you got to be willing to do. Build this nation up at the expense of yourself. You can't serve yourself in the nation. You got to serve the nation. You got to build the nation up. Read verse 13.
But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites!
See, but it said, woe, destruction to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. See, he called them hypocrites. Read.
Ye was like, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. Because they're hypocrites. Because they're not keeping the law. They're not keeping the law. So when they're not showing Israel. They're not showing by their actions. They're not showing Israel the right way. They're not showing Israel how to move according by the way they're doing, by how they're moving. They're committing adultery. They're sinning against the Lord. Read.
For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
Because they're not going to make, by their actions and by how they're living, they're not going to make it into the kingdom. And because they're not keeping the law, and they know they have to keep the law. They're experts in the law. We're supposed to be experts in the law. Supposed to be knowing the law of Moses. They're in the seats of power, but they're not doing it. They're being hypocrites, and then they shut up. They hurt the nation because now the nation following them, and it's like the blind leading the blind. Both are going to fall into the ditch. Both are going to fall into the ditch.
Right.
Let's get Zephaniah 2:1. For sure. Because we, in these last days of time, we gotta come together. We have to come together. We have to build each other up. We gotta come together. We gotta come into these classes, come into the school, show the Lord that we want to make those chariots by our actions, by keeping the laws of God, by not hating one another, by loving each other. Read Quantiza.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Gather together. O nation not desired.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. See, Most High God is telling us to gather together. He wants us together. He wants us together. He does not want us separated. He doesn't want us in fake Israelite groups in the Christian church, in the Muslim mosque, in Buddhism, in Hinduism, in Egyptology, in any African religions. He doesn't want us serving the river god. He doesn't want us worshiping trees. He doesn't want us doing any of those things. He wants us to serve him. That's who he wants us to serve. He wants us to serve him. And it's easy. Keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Don't love them all. Love the Lord with all thy heart, mind, and soul, and love thy neighbor as thyself. On these hinges all the law. That is what we got to do. Read on.
Verse 3. Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff.
Before the decree bring forth. Before the Most High God order Yahweh Shah Mashiach to come back on this earth. Read.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord. For that dark day. Nowadays is a day of darkness, not of light. It's all consuming. The day of the Lord is not to be played with. It's not to be played with. Read.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. Before we get unalive. Before judgment day. Read.
Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Verse 3. Seek ye the Lord.
So while we have time, we have to seek the Most High God before judgment day. Before we get unalive for our sins and our crimes.
Right.
We got to seek the Lord now. How do we do that? Coming to the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
Learn to keep the laws of God.
Right.
Show Christ that his sacrifice wasn't in vain. Go ahead, Quadazar.
If I may, sir, what you're saying is so heavy because, when you just brought out when the pastor scattered the flock, but then the Bible tells us to come back together when they should not desire.
Right.
A lot of these Christian pastors, every Christian pastor, I never heard a Christian pastor, I don't think I ever heard a Christian pastor even say this. Like, they don't even look at us as special people. They don't even look at us as being desirable because we want to be like everybody else. We want to fit in. Like if I may, I believe it was Franklin. I was watching I think it was like a real Facebook or something, and he was at the Grammys.
Right.
He a Christian.
Right.
He put those flamboyant ones, but he had like a Louis Vuitton outfit on.
Right.
But he was so showing off the Louis Vuitton outfit with him and his wife, and I was just thinking like, this is what you're teaching our people to do. You're teaching them to go and be like your oppressor, think like your oppressor, join with the oppressor, instead of coming together with your brothers and sisters, because now when you're saying that, the oppressor will come join with us. The oppressor could be this, the oppressor could be that, because as soon as we say what we say, now you want to separate yourself from us, but you want to join yourself to an enemy that unalived you for 400 plus years.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's the hypocrisy of the Christian church.
Right.
So that's the church.
Right. Give politics a powerful hand. What he's bringing out is right. What he's bringing out is correct. What is it? Revelation 18:4. I got a Quadazar. You can stay where you at. Where it says, "Come out of her," and I heard, yes, Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people." We got to come out of her, my people. We can't be joining hand in hand with the oppressor. Join hand in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. We can't, we got to come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins and receive not of her plagues. So we can't receive, if we don't want to be in the hellfire and damnation with our oppressor, we got to come out of, we can't join with our oppressor. We can't be, go to your slavery, come home.
Right.
You don't got to go to the bar with your oppressor. You don't have to hang out with the oppressor. You don't have to have oppressor friends. That's what you have a nation for.
Right.
That's what you have brothers for. You don't need the other nations to be your friends. There's a season for everything. There's a time for love and there's a time for hate. Now, when we in our kingdom and our rulership, just like how you love your pet animals, you can love the oppressor. Dress them up, feed them good, make sure he's strong, and then he'll work for you, slave for you, and all that. But right now, you love your people. You love us. You love Yashua. You build Yashua. Read.
Verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth.
Seek ye the Lord. We have to seek the Most High God. We gotta, and we go that by reading the Bible. Reading the Bible, come and learn the Bible, and then obeying, doing what the Bible says. That's when the Lord really start looking at you. Then when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You're going to get tested. Lord want to make sure you rock solid. Rock solid. You're going to get tested. Rock solid. Because just like gold is pure, just like gold is tried in fire, to purify it is all to purify it, we're gonna get tried with tribulations. So it's gonna happen. Satan's gonna come at us, but that's what class is for, to prepare us for all those trials and temptations to come. Because the Most High God won't give us nothing more than we can handle. He give us a way out of any tribulation that might come our way.
Right.
Read.
Which have wrought his judgment, seek righteousness, seek meekness.
We gotta seek righteousness. That's what's going to save us in these last days of time. Righteousness. Taking the low ground, being humble to the Lord, not having a proud look, a proud spirit, being humble. Because what do we have? We broke the laws of God. What do we have to be proud about? We broke the laws of God. We need His mercy. We need His mercy and His forgiveness and His love.
Right.
But we only gonna get that if we keep His laws, His commandments. Read on.
Sir. Seek meekness, it may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
Seek meekness that you may be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So if we want to make it on those chariots, we got to seek the Lord, seek meekness, seek righteousness, study to show ourselves approved, do all these things so that for Christ, when He come back, we can have a seat on those chariots,
right,
and be hid from the Lord's fury in those chambers when Christ return. Let's get Psalms chapter 133 and verse 1. Psalms 133 and verse 1. We're going to get more into unity. And because Lord wants us to be brotherly towards one another and to be unified. He doesn't want us to be. He doesn't want us to hate each other. He wants us to be on the same page, on the same accord. He wants us to have the same doctrine, same one body, one spirit, one baptism, one faith, one doctrine. He wants us to be the same in that respect. He wants us to have one mindset. Just love Him, serve Him, be grateful to Him. Read, Brother.
The book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Behold, how good it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. See? And pleasant. How good it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. See, we gotta be, especially when brothers live together, it's a beautiful thing in the Most High God's eyes when they're unified.
Right.
When they're unified, when they're on the same page, when they all keeping the laws of God. Because having brothers, the strength in brotherhood. The strength in brotherhood. Read.
Verse 2. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard.
It is like the precious ointment that ran down upon Aaron's beard.
Right.
Aaron was high priest at that time during Moses. He was high priest. And when he got anointed, That was a precious day because now the nation of Yasharala, we got a priesthood. Now we're priesthood. We can serve the Lord. We can serve the Lord as a nation. That was a precious day. Now the nation of Israel has priests. Now we can serve the Lord. That was a precious day. Read.
Even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments.
That went down to the skirts of his garments. That oil, it was a precious day. He got anointed. Just like he got anointed on Sabbath service.
Right.
Aaron he was dumped in oil on all that, ran down his beard, all down his skirts. Because now the priesthood is set up. Read.
Verse 3. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
And as the dew that went upon Mount Zion. Mount Zion is what? Jerusalem. And the blessings forevermore. So that's how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell in unity. It's the priesthood, the Levitical priesthood, the service of the God. That's how important it is for us to keep the laws of God. Because when we keep the laws of God, nothing can stop us. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 8. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 8.
Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 8. This is one alone, and there is not a second.
So there is one alone. There's not a second. So this is the brother by himself. He's alone. There's not someone to help him. Not someone there with him. Right. He's by himself. Let's start at verse 7.
Verse 7. Then I returned and saw vanity under the sun.
So this is King Solomon. King Solomon wrote Ecclesiastes. He was the wise king in Israel, very wise. And he returned and saw vanity under the sun. So vanity means nothing. Nothing. Like this is pointless. So he saw this pointless action being done under the sun. Read.
Verse 8. There is one alone.
So there's one brother alone. He's doing it alone. Read.
There is not a second.
There's not a second. He don't have someone to help him. He's by himself. He's rocking out by himself. Read.
Yea, he have neither child nor brother.
He don't have a child, nor he has a brother. He don't got nobody rolling with him. He has no children to lead, to raise up. And he don't got no brother to work with. Read.
Yet is there no end of all his labor.
Yet there is no end to all his labor. So all his labor that he do, there's always something else for him to get done. There's no end to it. He don't have nobody to help him. There's always something more he needs to get done. It's very taxing. Read.
And bereave my soul of good.
Neither is his eye satisfied.
Neither is his eye satisfied with riches.
Neither is his eye satisfied with riches. His eye is not even satisfied with riches. So everything that he gains, he's not satisfied with it. So it's like he always wants more and more and more. It's like nothing. Nothing's enough. Nothing's enough. Read.
Neither saith he, for whom do I labor?
Neither does he say within himself, for all the labor that he's doing, for all the riches that he's getting, what's he doing it for? He don't have no child, no brother to help him. He doesn't have nobody by himself. So what's he doesn't say to himself, what is he doing this for? Read.
And bereave my soul of good.
So for whom do I labor and bereave my soul of good? So what I'm doing all this labor for? Who I'm gonna give all this labor to? Like who I'm doing this for? For good. Read.
This is also vanity. Yea, it is a sore travail.
To go at it alone and not to help your brothers and not to help your nation, it's pointless. It doesn't accomplish anything. It doesn't. It's selfish and it's weak and it's at the end it's not gonna last. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. Two are better than one.
Two are better than one. Now, two is better than one. Oh, go ahead, comes up. Oh, well, sound Christ, yes. Much polygamy. Much polygamy. Two. Yeah, I see now. Yeah. Two is better than one. Yes. Two in every aspect. Two is better than one. It's better to have your brother with you. It's better to have your brother with you. It really is. Read. Because. Verse 9. Because.
Verse 9. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor.
Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. They know who they're laboring for. They're laboring for each other. They helping each other. They doing it for each other. They helping the nation. They helping each other. They have each other to rely on for the labor, and then they have each other to when the labor is said and done. When they get a reward, they have each other. They have someone to share with. Read.
Verse 10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
And then on the other side of it, if something were to happen, the other one can help the other one out when one's in trouble.
Right.
When one like if you fell sick or if you needed something done or something came up or if you needed help in some capacity, the other can help the other one out. But what? Read.
For if they fail, the one will lift up his fellow.
Right.
But woe to him that is alone.
But it says, but woe, but destruction. That's what lies for him that is alone. When he falls. So if you fall and you by yourself, if something were to happen, and you all by yourself and you're all alone, because nothing lasts forever, something could happen, and you have nobody to help you, you're gonna be in a destroyed state.
Right.
You're gonna be in a low state because you don't have nobody to rely on. You don't have no support system. You don't have no help. Like it takes two parents. It takes a male and a female to create a baby, and a damn sure create a father and a mother to raise a baby. It takes two. It takes two to make a baby, and the mother lives to a pregnancy. Both of them raise the baby, and then then you have that creates the family. So in that aspect, brotherhood and sisterhood, you can't do it alone. Like I just as a child needs a father and mother, for them to even have an existence, with the Most High God bringing the spirit back on the earth, you need your brothers, because if something were to happen, you need them to help you lift you back up,
right.
Help you pick you up. Read.
For he have not another to help him up.
For he have not another to help him up. Verse 11.
Again, if two lie together, then they have heat.
If two lie together, they have heat. husband and wife. When they lie together, there's heat. There's heat because there's warmth because they heat each other up, and they heat each other up. But read.
But how can one be warm alone?
How can one be warm alone? You can't heat yourself up by yourself. Basically you can't do it alone. You can't go at it alone. You need your brothers and your sisters. So that's why we have to build this nation. We have to build this nation. We have to build this family. We gotta save Yahshua from the destruction that's coming. Read verse 12.
Verse 12. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him.
And if a person were against, or if a person were to go against one person, that one person could prevail. But if you got your brothers by your side, you got a brother by your side, how that one going to defeat the two? That one not going to defeat the two. They'll be able to hold their own. If the one can get past the other one, down they'll be able to hold their own. But definitely, this read on.
And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
And a 3/4 cord is not quickly broken. That triple threat, that's definitely hard to break. 3/4 cord, just even like a braid. When you have 3 strands, when you have a braid, when they lock it up at the end, it's hard. Like unless you get, it's not that it'll come undone easily by itself. It stays in this braid. Stays in this braid. Just that's how it is when you have your brothers with you. Nothing's going to be able to break that apart. You're gonna be safe. You're gonna be, especially when y'all in unison. You're gonna be safe and you're gonna be tight. So we're gonna drop that, and we're gonna get Proverbs 27 and 17. We're gonna get more on brotherhood, because we gotta know how brotherhood helps us. We got Proverbs 27 and 17. Again, you gotta know how brotherhood helps us, why it's beneficial. And we just read that it is beneficial to have someone out there to help to watch your back, and it's good to have multiple brothers at your side, because that especially a team of 3, that's locked down and tight. Nothing can really stop a solid 3. A solid 3, nothing can really stop. It's just like it's not easily undone.
Right.
Read.
God is the book of Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. Iron sharpeneth iron.
Iron sharpeneth iron. Iron sharpeneth iron. Iron sharpeneth iron. We all know that. We all know that iron sharpeneth iron. Read.
God. So a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
So just as iron sharpeneth iron, a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. So you need your brother. Your brother keeps you sharp.
Right.
Your brother keeps you on point in a game. It keeps you. It raises your confidence. It keeps your confidence. Your confidence and sharpens the confidence of your friend. It lifts up your spirits, so to speak.
Right.
It lifts up your spirits. Brotherhood is essential. We need it. We crave it in the world. We be looking for it. That's why some of us partake in get games, because we probably didn't have it in our households growing up. Maybe the father wasn't there for whatever reason. We crave instruction and an order, especially children. Children want to be told what to do. They want, and then especially righteous orders. We want to. That's why we got to follow the Lord. We got to follow the Most High God. That's because He gives the best orders on the earth. His laws, His statutes, and commandments. That's what's going to set us apart from everybody else. Let's get Deuteronomy 7 and 6. What was the show?
Come on, time, sir. Time check. 8:30.
Come, go on.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
For thou art an holy people. That's what the Most High said. Most High said, for thou art an holy people, a separate people. We're separate. We're not the same as everybody else. We're different. We're not the same. We're holy. We're separate, set apart. We got to keep that in mind. Like this, we're different from everybody else, from all the other nations. He made us separate. Hold that. Let's get Leviticus 20 and 26 to further drive home the point of what it means to be holy. Leviticus 20 and 26. Because we're not the same as everybody else. That is very crucial, very key. We need to understand that the Most High God because the Most High God is holy. He's holy. He's separate from all the other gods on the earth. Why? How? He's alive. He can see, hear, talk. He created everything. The other gods do not exist. They're idols. They're idols. They're vain. They don't mean anything. Read.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
And ye shall be holy unto me. The Lord said we shall be holy unto Him. We're going to be holy unto Him. Separate unto Him. We got to remember that. We're separate unto the Lord. That is crucial, critical. Because everybody's separate unto Him. Only one nation of people is separate unto Him, and that's us. Read.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
For I, the Lord, am holy. The Lord is holy. He is separate. He is separate from all other gods, all other powers. No one's with Him. He's above all, and He's above all. He is above all. Read.
And have severed you from other people.
He severed us from other people. So He took us, this is everybody, He took us and severed us. He cut us from everybody else. He cut us and put us over here. So we're no longer in that group. Just like if our arm was cut off from our bodies, our arm is no longer attached. So it's separate. It's separate. That's what it is. That's what happened. He cut us off from everybody else. That arm now is separate. If you sever your arm off from your body, it's separate from your body. Now it's separate. That's what He did to us to other nations. He severed us. He cut us off from everybody else. And now we're separate from all the other nations. Read.
And ye should be mine.
That ye shall be mine. That we shall be the Most High God's. The Most High God wants us to be His.
Right.
He didn't want everybody.
Right.
The Christian church lied. He doesn't want everybody. He only wants us. We are His people. And we should stand on that. He doesn't want everybody else. He doesn't want everybody praying to Him. He only wants us. The heathen are on their own. They're on their own. They have nothing to do with the Most High God. What's the heathen's role then? They're to serve us. That's how they serve the Most High God. They serve the Most High God by serving the Most High God's people. They serve us. They serve because we're going to show them. When we in charge and rule the earth, they're not going to be eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. So they're going to be serving the Lord by serving us because we're going to be in charge. And when we're in charge of the earth, the Most High God's law is going to reign. So they're not going to have no other idols. They're not going to work on the Sabbath. That's how they're going to serve the Lord, by serving us. They're not going to serve the Lord how they want to serve the Lord.
Right.
Read.
Khan, verse 27. Let's go to this.
Oh, yeah, double the water. Bring it back to Deuteronomy 7:6. The water.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
For thou art an holy people. So we just broke down what it means to be holy in Leviticus 20 and 26. He severed us. So we holy, separate, set apart. Not the same as everybody else. Read.
Unto himself.
Unto himself.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. Unto the Lord thy God. So we're holy unto the Lord thy God. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
See, he chose us. The Most High God chose us. He didn't choose everybody. The Lord thy God have chosen thee. He didn't choose everybody. He doesn't want everybody. He only loves the nation of Yahshua, the blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men, women, children. We should put that in our chests, in our minds, in our hearts.
Right.
That he only loves us. We got to get that through our skulls. He only loves us.
Right.
So we should take full advantage of that. What profit then thus have the Jew? Much in every way, but chiefly in the oracles of God. We profit everything by being chosen by the Most High God, because we have a living power, a living God, a God that can actually hurt you, punish you when you go against him,
right,
and bless you and protect you and reward you when you do what he says. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. See, we special. We special unto the Most High God. Every Israelite is special unto the Most High God. So we gotta treat each other as special. We're royal. We gotta act like it. We can't be having these feuds. We're all royalty. We're all special in the eyes of the Most High God. From the oldest to the youngest, from the richest to the poorest. Even those Christian pastors that structure, like you still Israelite. You still have opportunity to change your ways. You're still special. You just got to get it right, like all of us do. We got to all be perfect. All get it right. All keep God's laws. That's what God wants from everybody. We all going to do it anyway. We all going to have to keep. When Christ come back, we're going to have to keep the laws of God anyway. He's going to force us, or we're going to die. So why not keep them now? Because in the kingdom, we're going to have to keep it. So why not keep them now and get rewarded for it? We rehearse the righteous acts. This is time. This is rehearsing. We're rehearsing what we're going to do in the kingdom. Everything that we're doing right now in I.S.U.K, we're going to be doing the same thing in the kingdom. Right. It's going to be the same thing.
Right.
It's going to be on a grander scale.
Right.
That's it. But it's the same principle. Same brotherhood. Same saluting. Same Sabbath service. Same high holy days. Like, we just learning what we're going to be doing in the kingdom. Passover. We're going to be doing the Passover in the kingdom. We're going to be doing the high holy days in the kingdom. We're going to be teaching the people in the kingdom. How else are they going to learn the laws of God? Like, how else is a baby going to learn the laws of God? He's going to have to learn by being taught. He's going to be taught from his parents. And of course, his parents are going to be taught from the priests. And they're going to be taught from the priests as well. We can drop that. Let's get Psalms 147 and 19. Double Kishar. Because God does not love everybody. He only loves the nation of Israel. He only loves us and will only love us. He's not loving the other nations. That's why we went to captivity after captivity after captivity after captivity, because the Lord loves us. He punished us. He punished us. He loved us. He punished us. Read Quadazar, Brother Kishar.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 8, verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob.
He sheweth his word unto Jacob. Jacob is the forefather of the Israelites. He didn't show his word to Esau. That was Isaac, firstborn son. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But if Esau would have never given up his birthright, it would have been Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. But it didn't go down that way. It became Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's what it came down to. Because Esau gave up his birthright. He sold it. Yes, he sold his birthright to Jacob, his younger brother. So he sheweth his word to Jacob. The Most High God sheweth his word unto us. We got the blessing. We got the covenant. We got the word. We got the blessing from Isaac. Read.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Israel, Jacob had 12 sons, and his name was turned to Israel. And his 12 sons became the Israelites. So we got his laws. We got his judgments. That's who got him. It says it right there, plain as day. He didn't give it to everybody else. He didn't give it to the Hamites. He didn't give it to the Edomites, our oppressors. He didn't give it to the Japhites. Go ahead, Quadazar.
And if I could, sir, and this is why, like the Christian pastor is so backwards and the oppressor, because if you ask them, would you give your inheritance to another nation? What you think they'd say? They'd say, no. Especially pastor. The pastor ain't gonna give his money to another nation.
Right.
Listen, when another pastor, listen, when the pastor perish off this planet, and he has, some money, some estate, some type of something that he give to someone, he's not giving it to no other nation.
Right.
He's not doing that.
Right.
So why would you give your culture, your God, to another nation?
Right.
It's yours. It's
Right.
supposed to belong to us, not nobody else.
Right.
That's all I want to say, sir.
Excellent point, Quadazar. Give Quadazar probably popcorn, because that's an excellent illustration of what it means of something being yours and who you give it to. You give it to your firstborn,
Right.
your firstborn son, someone of your seed, someone of your culture, someone of your people.
Right.
You're not giving it to like all your inheritance on this earth. You giving it to your son,
Right.
or someone that's close. If you don't have a son, someone that's close to you and your family. You're not, like Quadazar said, you're not giving it to someone of another nation. So why would the Christian pastor invite saying that God loves everybody when God only loves, in the Bible, said Yahshua, the Israelites? So that was an excellent illustration, Quadazar. Excellent illustration. Read on, Quadazar, Brother Kishar.
It's verse 20. He have dealt so, it's like he have not dealt so with any nation.
But he have not dealt so with any nation. But he have not dealt so with any nation. Read that part again, Quadazar.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
But you have not dealt so with any nation. You have not dealt so with any nation. You only dealt with Yahshua. Yahshua, that's all. He hasn't dealt so with any other nation. Read.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them. They wasn't punished from. They was never punished from the Most High God. They didn't get blessed by the Most High God. See, what happened? What happened to the like he used us. He used us to we're his battle axe and weapons of war. He used us to weaken the nations. The Most High God don't deal with them directly. Like even with the Red Sea, Moses lifted up his hands. He used Moses. And then through Moses, the Egyptians was destroyed. He used Moses with the flake. Like Moses and Aaron always did something with the staff, or did what the Most High God told them to do, and they did it in sight of Pharaoh. Moses was the one doing it. The Most High God didn't deal directly with the Egyptians. He always deals with us, and we deal with the heathen.
Right.
That's how it goes down. It's either the Most High God before us or against us, depending if we keep the laws of God. They don't know the Most High God's judgments. They don't. Go ahead, part this out.
Yeah, if I could, right? But you're saying this so heavy, they don't know because if you read throughout the whole Bible, right? Like most of the times, in fact, all the time, when we sin, we went into captivity.
Right.
Like when the oppressor sins, when all these other nations sins, or do something that God doesn't like, He does that. God, if we go into captivity, we can move by them. Right. If that's, somebody was talking to me about something like salvation is for everybody, whatever the case may be, God loves everybody. But when we disobey God, we get punished, and we gotta go under them. Right. So why is the oppressor ruling right now if we all are sinners? If we all are sinners, then he should be in captivity with me. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
The oppressor should be in captivity with me. Right. Because that's how it's saying in our book. Right. We sin. Listen, it could take 1 or 2 people to sin. Everybody's going.
The whole earth would be.
You know what I'm saying? Why Donald Trump is not in captivity with me? Why is Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama? Why he's not in captivity with me? Right. Understand? That's all I'm saying.
Give part another great illustration that God's only dealing with us. Because if He was dealing with everybody will be in captivity, like what I was saying. But we're not. God will be punishing the whole earth. Right. He'll be punishing everything. Right. But He's not. Like what is it? The scriptures even say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right. So if God loves everybody, the wicked, the earth won't, like the wicked won't be ruling. The wicked won't be ruling. Right. So it's like what is like Christian church, the Christian church has lied to us, deceived us, has manipulated our minds to go against, to not understand the truth. But ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Once you learn the truth, all that misinformation and lies gets destroyed. So let's get Amos 3:1, Baba Kishore. Amos 3:1, Baba Kishore. Because God doesn't love everybody. I'm sorry to say it. Christian church, Christian pastor, Christian. He doesn't love everybody, and it's for your benefit that He doesn't love everybody. Because what profit, I said before, what profit does have the Jew? Much in every way, but chiefly in the oracles of God. There is a profit in being a child of the Most High God. Rulership, dominion, glory, power, authority, and being royal, being a priest if you're a man. So it was like, and you want that for everybody? So there's not going to be no subjects. There's not going to be no servants. Everybody's just supposed to be a child of God. No, there's going to be, we're going to have, and then we're supposed to just let slavery go. We're supposed to just let what the other nations did to us go. No, the Most High God's going to have justice. Read, Baba Kishore.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 2, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
See, it says, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you. And then it says specifically who's that you, O children of Israel. It doesn't say everybody on the earth. Spoken against you, O children of Israel. It's talking to the Israelites. The whole Bible has only spoken to the Israelites. Read.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Against the whole family which I have brought up from the land of Egypt. Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt. So we that same family that came out of the Egyptians, that Moses led out of the Egyptians and through the wilderness, and then Joshua brought us into the land of Israel. Read.
Verse 2. You only have I known.
You only have I known. Most of God is making it plain, making it clear, making it specific. You only have I known. Read.
Of all the families of the earth.
Of all the families of the earth. So out of every nation on the earth, he only known us. That's it. No one else. Go ahead, Father God.
I can say if I may, be a little brief. It didn't like when you bring out these scriptures about he didn't know anybody else, but then when the New Testament comes and Christ say that he coming back for the children of Israel, he was only sent for the children of Israel.
Right.
Why would it change if he's saying this? He must have read Amos 3:1. He must have read Psalm chapter 147, 19 to 20.
Right.
He read all these scriptures and
Right.
seen this. Right. And for Christians to say, oh, well, it's for everybody. But throughout the whole Bible, it say, even when we was at our lowest, when we was sinners and hard-headed and disobedient, the Most High still had mercy on us. Then Christ came, died for us, and you think he's going to die for somebody that he doesn't know?
Right. Right.
It don't make any sense.
It don't make no sense. You're right, Father. You're right. Don't make no sense. It just doesn't. Whatever was written aforetime was written for our learning.
Right.
Yes, Christ knew the Old Testament. He read from the Old Testament because when he was on the scene, that wasn't written yet. The New Testament wasn't written yet because he was just on the scene. He wasn't written yet. He was speaking from the Old Testament. He read the Old Testament. He understood the Old Testament, and he kept the Old Testament. That's how he was perfect.
Right.
And then the New Testament is the illustration of what Christ did while he was on the scene, and what the apostles did while they was on the scene. That's what the New Testament is, and the New Testament complements the Old Testament. The Old Testament complements the New Testament because they say the same thing. It's only for the Israelites. That's it. It's always only been for the Israelites. Read. Go back to Amos.
Book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You only have I known out of all the families of the earth. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. See, it says right there. It says it right there. Read.
I will punish you for all your iniquities.
He's going to punish us, and that's all. That's all that happened. We got punished. We have to look up. We got to look up on the earth today and figure out what nation of people is in captivity. We are in captivity.
Right.
We're not in our land. We have no land.
Right.
We are the only nation on the earth that has no land. That's under another nation of people: the blacks, the Hispanics, and Native men, women, and children. Remember, this land wasn't occupied before. This land, the land of the North America, it was asterisk. It was in the Bible. It was a land where no man dwelt. It was a wilderness before the before the Hispanic tribes came over. Before they came over, and when they left Yasharala, and they came or left their captivity, when they got out of their captivity and came over here to keep the Lord's laws, no one has dwelt here. So this isn't our land. Our land is Israel, Yasharala. Our land is Yasharala. So we're gonna drop that, and we're gonna get 1 John chapter 2 and verse 9. Because we're gonna end off with another brotherhood scripture. Okay, show that we gotta love each other, so we can remain. Because we are that vessel of mercy, that vessel of honor, and the Most High God's laws is light. We gotta remain in the light. We gotta let our light shine on the earth. We that salt. We got that flavor. Read.
This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 9. He that saith he is in the light and hateth his brother is in darkness even until now.
See, if you say you're in the truth, if you say you're doing the Lord's work, but really you hate your brother, you in darkness.
Right.
And you're in great darkness because you're deceiving yourself. You think you're in the truth. Like a fake Israelite group. Like you think you're in the truth, but you're deceiving yourself.
That's right.
Because you hate your brothers. You're not with one West. You're not helping. You're not keeping the laws of God. So you're deceiving yourself, and that's a great deception, to deceive yourself.
That's right.
To fall for your own okie doke. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
But if you love your brother, you're in the truth, and there's nothing going to be able to stop you,
right? Because
you love your brother. Nothing. There's not going to be no stumbling block that can be put on you, because you're here to raise up your nation.
That's right.
Because you're gonna make sure you're gonna do whatever you have to do for your brother. You putting your brother first, and that's what it's all about. Putting your nation first, just like Christ put us first. We got to put each other first. Because then you're going to be in the truth, because you're not going to be doing it for yourself. You're going to be doing it for your nation. With that, I'm Priest Officer Badaya of 1,000, holding down the Brotherhood and Unity class. I'm going to pass off the Priest and Officer Partizak Rob of 50.
Powerful hand for teaching a powerful brotherhood class, man. This is I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K got our 125th Street Hall, New York. Root for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves at the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a command. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10 means 10th in the Hebrew. My I.S.U.P.K, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the teachers. Priest fund, it's like a priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Man, the Feast of Purim, man, we about to get down on the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. And that's February 22nd, Thursday. And Friday, February 23rd, 12th, 24th. You understand? And if you want to read up on it, go to Esther chapter 9, verse 20, and drop down, read all the way down to 31. You understand what I'm saying? Now remind Akim to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. But with that, watch it. It's just the brothers. We're going to get the brothers one courtesy salute. Mina Israel, Ma'adim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Baruch Thumb.
Yasmin Top, Zar, big sisters. Sisters are going to stay there, we'll get the Ma'adim Shabbat. And then once you don't bow your head, then once the brother salutes you, you're going to lift your head up and smack your left chest, your left hand with your right chest, and you don't salute the brother's back. Then the Israel will get one sister, we'll get a sister, one courtesy salute. Then the Israel, Ma'adim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak.
Yahweh Shemar Athah Hashem Yahushua.
Yasmin Top, bring your hands down, class dismissed.